this is Noreen from Joya Cards and welcome to my channel. Hey, this video is what's up with Stampin' Up! And this is April 2023. So there is a ton of stuff and it's not just about the catalog. So let's dive into it. I had to take some serious notes because there's a whole bunch of stuff here. And I've got my laptop. I have one of those that flip over. And I'm going to show you how we're going to manipulate through the site so you can find stuff. So let's start with a big one. Let's start with a big one that you might not already know because it's kind of hidden in here somewhere. And that is, guess what they retired? The Stamparatus. They are no longer making the Stamparatus. It is on the retired list. If you want the Stamparatus, get it now. So, in fact, I have a call into legal at Stampin' Up! Because if we don't have a Stamparatus, what are we going to use? So, and I do YouTube videos, so there's a fine line. If you're a demonstrator, you know this, you're not allowed to promote competitors. So the Misty is the competitor to this. So you might see a Misty in my future, but I'll probably stay with the Stampin' Up! Because I love Stampin' Up! Why wouldn't I promote this even though you can't get it? We'll see what happens. But I have two of these because I do card classes and it's important to have enough equipment for everyone. So this is the big one. It's gone. I can't believe it's gone. It is gone. So if you want one, go to the retired list and pick yourself up one. And that's what I found, you know, really digging into what's going on with Stampin' Up! And then let's go ahead and start with an easy one here. Here is the new catalog. Dun, 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 dun. It is the May 2023, April 2024. I am not allowed to open this or I go to Stampin' Up! Jail. And I don't want to go there. So the catalog is available right now. The mailer, of course, for demonstrators is over. If you need to get a catalog and, you know, the mailer's gone, what you need to do, first of all, you need to get the part number. So if you go to your ordering and you go to supply items here and you scroll down, here's the part number for the catalog. So this is the United States number. So it's 163213. And don't forget, on your pre-order, like I'm sure most of us have already done that, on your pre-order, put in the catalogs. You can get them now. Every single time, I forgot to do catalogs. And what happens? I go back on and I order catalogs and then I order something else. So it's a vehicle to spending too much more money, which is a real thing. And I know I said that that's not right English, but too much more money is what happens on that second thing. And I bought a whole bunch more stuff. So remember to put your catalogs in with your pre-order. Speaking of pre-order, let's go back to happening now and current promotions. Most of the stuff that's going on will be here, but there's other stuff that are in other places that, yeah, it takes a while messing around with it. Like there's something that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes that I can't find the normal way and I'm going to have to cheat a little bit. So in happening now, you'll pull this up here. Last chance products, that's where you're going to get that Stamparatus. So click into there and that's where you're going to see it. This is also for demonstrators. This is important. Here are the last chance sheets. Now there's a download that in Excel and PDF. I always use the Excel. I download it onto my computer and then I'll sort it by how I'm comfortable going through my inventory and pulling things out. Since I am a YouTuber, I try not to. Every once in a while I'll slip up or something will just get left in my inventory. But I will not generally put things in my videos that you can't get. That's why the Stamparatus thing is like, but I can't get this anymore. So anyway, this is where you can sort either by part number or name or by if it's a stamp or a die and go through your inventory and pull things out if you're like me and don't want to have videos with things in it. So there's one for the annual catalog from 2022 to 2023, and there's one for the mini catalog that's ending soon. So this is where you find it right there. And then going back to the annual catalog, which I'm not allowed to show you other than that, is for demonstrators, it's April 4th. So, and then the customers can order it May 1st. So that's really important. But the pre-order stuff, let me show you. Go to Happening Now, Current Promotions, and go to Catalog. And this is where you're going to find what you can pre-order. You can't pre-order everything in the catalog. They only give it to you little pieces at a time. So go ahead and you can either download or print there's actually two. There's the pre-order flyer here, and there's an additional pre-order product list. So there are two of them. Okay, so this is really important. Now, what I also called Stampin' Up this morning, because it was real important because I'm a YouTuber, and this video is for both demonstrators and customers. So I'll kind of hit both of you back and forth. But so I'm able to show you the catalog on my video, but it's really confusing because if you go right under these flyers, you get to this internet policy, and it kind of makes you think that you can't even show this like this. It says here that you have to take a photograph of the cover or post a picture of yourself holding the catalog and blah, 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 blah. If you can do this, I clarified it this morning. So legal told me this was okay that I show you in this form. Otherwise, I was going to have to, and I did actually do this. I was planning on showing you a picture of the catalog because it sounds like that's what they want you to do. But no, you can show the catalog like this. So you're all good in the hood. So you're fine. So the pre-order for demonstrators is April 4th. So you can do it right now. I just placed my new order, and I'll be getting to that in a moment. So that is the catalog. And if you're a demonstrator, you should have gotten yours like yesterday. So I got mine literally yesterday. So you should have your catalog. If you don't have it within 3 or 4 days, I would call Stampin' Up, but you should have your catalog. And customers that you put on your mailer should have their catalog sometime mid-April, just FYI. Let's talk about the mini catalog for 2 seconds. This mini catalog goes through the end of April. If you ever want to know the dates of a catalog, just flip it over. And it says here, sales period, January 5th to May 1st, 2023. So this isn't retired yet. This is still going till the end of the month. And then it will go to the last chance items for those that don't get transferred into here. For demonstrators only, your rewards for selling Celebration expire on May 11th. So when you're placing your pre-order for the new catalog, it should pop up on the order. Do you want to use these credits? And just hit yes, of course. So May 11th for your rewards, don't forget. Now, if you want to get the digital catalog, go to Happening Now and click on Catalogs. And when catalogs come up, you're going to scroll down and it says US Digital Catalog. So if you're in Canada or France, then you would do the other one. So there's the digital catalog, and I can't show it to you. So I can't show it online, but that's where you find it. Also, in that same area, if you just scroll down, the corrections for the catalogs are right here. So there's only one correction, and it's basic black 6x8 album is incorrect. So, and it's just a price correction. So that's where you would find any corrections in the future. Now, this is for demonstrators. I don't know if you know this or not, but we cannot keep inventory. And what inventory is called cash and carry. And we can only, I can't say 100%. All that we can keep in inventory to sell would be like this list here. And I'll show you where to find it in a minute. But it's basically glue dots, the seal, the adhesive strips, some envelopes, some memories and more. And, it's very, very basic. And how you find that list is go to Happening Now and then Catalog Details. And it's kind of it's kind of hard to find. I have to like remind myself where it is. So you scroll up here and you know, right here it says May 2nd, cash and carry list available. And then you go to Print Lab. So you could also go to Print Lab and look at the cash and carry list. And it's in here. And it's over on the business side here. And you hit US. And I'll bring up the list so you can print it out. But basically, I printed it out. And we're not allowed to keep inventory. That's per our contract. So another thing you might have a need for is in the catalog, they have all these card samples, and those are card recipes. And there's actually instructions for those. And what you need to do is go to Business Resources, click on Print Lab. And if you scroll down, you will see 2023-2024 Annual Catalog Sample Recipes, and then click either US, Canada, or France. And that will tell you all the recipes on how they make the cards inside whichever catalog you're looking for. Now, if you also scroll down, don't be confused with these carryover lists. At the moment, as of April 5th at 2:24 in the afternoon. Anyway, when I'm doing this video, these carryover lists are not for the recent catalog. Those are for like the December mini catalog. So ignore those for now. They'll probably switch over soon. The other thing I wanted to show you, and I did call Stampin' Up and got permission. If you scroll up a little ways, you'll see Color Coach. And this one is cool. This will tell you all the combinations that the colors go for. And I think, because I printed it out, let's see if it's on there. They might have, or I found it in another location probably, the new colors. So let me scroll up and find out. Nope, they don't. So these are the previous colors. Now, if you want to see the color coach for what's going on right now, the new ones, and there are a ton. And I was told I could show this on my video, so I called legal and got permission that I can show this, even though you're not allowed to see the catalog. Apparently, you can see the color coach. Now, there's a part of the catalog I won't show you because the colors are in there, but there's another place that I found where you can print them off. And here's the new list. So Copper Clay is one of the new colors. And it'll go through and it'll show you. Wild Wheat is a new one. And it'll show you what they go with. Lemon Lolly is another one. I was told I could show this, so I called legal. So they say it's okay. Here's Lemon Lime Twist. Here is Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock. Azure Afternoon, I guess. I'm probably saying that wrong. Misty Moonlight's back. So here's as a demonstrator, talking to other demonstrators and also customers. I've been selling my retired inks and paper this whole time. Once something retires, I get rid of it because you can't get it. Why keep it? Now, I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. So, because Misty Moonlight is a perfect example of why I'm not doing it anymore. So let me tell you where to find those first before I forget. So go to Happening Now. And I actually had to write this down because it's kind of hard to kind of keep everything straight. So go to Current Promotions and then Fresh New Colors. Fresh New Colors. Go right there and scroll up. So right at the bottom here, Color Coach and Annual Catalog Color Combination. I don't know if I can show that one or not. I'll just put my hand over it. But there they are right there. I can show you this one for sure. And this is really important. So that's where you're going to find all these cool little color combinations. So another thing I did want to bring up that I found in the midst of all this information they're giving us is that do not use old pads with new ink or new pads with old ink. That's something that's said in the midst of it. So my advice to you is whenever you buy an ink, buy the refill at the same time. Okay. So, or at least before they retire. So what's going to happen, I'm assuming, I don't know. And I don't know if they've really ironed out everything because of the next thing, which is online exclusives. But whenever there is, and I know this with paper for sure, like in the paper industry, that you might order some paper that is a certain code. And if you buy it years later, it might be slightly different because of the quality of the paper or something they can't get anymore because it came from somewhere that's no longer there. But if you still have a Misty Moonlight, and from before, so it's an old pad, and you don't have a refill for it, don't buy the ink, a new ink, and put it in the old pad. It will not be right. And it says that in their policy. So now that we've got all these new colors, and there are a lot. So I'm going to look in my catalog, and I will tell you exactly how much. I can't show you because I would go to Stampin' Up jail, and I don't want to do that. I like to follow rules, and I love Stampin' Up, so it's great. But, okay, so we have the 5 new ink colors: Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebbled Path. Those are 5 new ones. Those are the 23 to 25, okay? And now the 22 and 24s, they're still good, and I love Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet, and all those. Those are great. Okay, and then there's 2 other categories. There's new and there's returning. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 new colors. 11 new colors. If you're a demonstrator, I just placed my Stampin' Up order and it was over $500. Because what did I do? I bought all the pads, all the paper, all the Stampin' Rights, all the blending pens. And I didn't even buy the refills, and I'm going to do that as the year goes on. I never buy the refill right away, but I'll buy it before it retires from now on because you can't mix them. Don't mix them. It tells you not to mix them. I mean, you probably can get away with it, but they say it's not going to be the right color. So 11 new colors to buy this year, not 5. No, it's 5 plus the 11. That's 16 new papers, inks, refills, pens, and blending pens. 16. Just FYI for you demonstrators and for customers. But there are some really cool colors coming back, and I believe it's probably in the next one is Parakeet Party is on there. Bubble Bath's there. But I know Parakeet Party is in there somewhere. I just probably passed it up. But that is what's going on with colors. And did you know that colors have hex codes? And what is a hex code? So a hex code is intellectual property of how they make a color. Now, why do we care? It's like, why do I care about a hex code? And why is it secret? Well, it's secret because it's the formula of the color. But as a demonstrator, you can get a hex code. And I actually got the hex code list. I just can't show it to you. But hex codes are on this site. Hex codes are really hard to find. In fact, I have to kind of cheat. So I have to go to Happening Now, and then you go to Catalogs, and then you have to go up to your URL information up here and type in slash and type HEX dash values. Now I can't bring this up, but I swear as soon as I hit enter, it'll go to the hex codes. Hex codes are for people that have websites, any kind of social media where you want the colors to be exactly like those. So that's what those codes are. So it'll have like a pound and like a letter and a number, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits, or at least most of them are here. So that's what a hex code is. So if you have a website and you want the colors to be all the same, go to Stampin' Up and then go to Happening Now, click Catalogs, and then right at the end of the URL, type in slash hex dash values, and you'll get those codes. Now let's talk about online exclusives. I did a video last month talking about them. They are releasing online exclusives 3 times a year. So the first one, the pre-orders February, customers order in March. Next one, pre-orders in June, customers are July. And then the third one is October for pre-order for demonstrators, and customers are November. Now, the only, and I'm part of a big Stampin' Up! Demonstrator group. We all have demonstrators under us, and we all collectively have a once a month online meeting, and we talk about everything that goes on with Stampin' Up! And really kind of keeps you informed. And especially, you know, there are lots of orphan demonstrators out there, and I hope this video helps you. But if you join my group, you can be a part of that group as well. But what we were all discussing is, how do you get to online exclusives? Because, I mean, for us, it's like there's really not a good place to go. So everyone's saying the same thing. What you have to do is go to stampinup.com. Do not log in. And what you're going to do is go to this home page here, and you're going to scroll over to the online exclusives. So they'll be right here. There's usually a page here that says online exclusives, but it's not popping up right now. So go to menu and go to what's new, and then new arrivals. And for the moment, this is how you get your online exclusives. So these aren't in the new catalog. So you can scroll through here. Now, they're doing this, so, you know, they're trying to move into the 21st century. And with COVID and everything, this is just a way for them to introduce new things without having to print another catalog. These will change. So like I said, right now we've got one going on. In June and July, there'll be some different ones or addition to, and these are while supplies last. So once they're gone, supposedly they're gone. But they're doing some interesting things with the colors, and they seem to be bringing back old sets, like the chicken one a couple of years ago. So I don't know if anything's really retired anymore. And if you're a demonstrator, online exclusives, you can't resell because I sell my retired things. All the online exclusives are like an annual catalog. You can't sell them for 1 year. So let's say you bought this tropical leaf right here. This came out in February. So March next year, if it doesn't pop up again, it's technically retired. And now I got that off of the Stampin' Up! Facebook group. They had a whole meeting. So if you're part of that group, if you're a demonstrator, you can get on there, and they talk about online exclusives. But 1 year is when you can supposedly call it a retired item, and you can, you know, do whatever you need to do with it. I told you there's a lot of stuff here. And I want to also talk about the catalog carryover products added to online exclusives. There's a whole spiel that I literally copied and pasted, and I'm going to read it to you because I don't want to misspeak it. Well, anyway, so it says, as you browse the 2023-24 catalog during the pre-order, you may notice that some products are no longer included, like base plate and die plate pack, and the mini base plate and embossing plate pack. Not to worry, these products and others from the 2022-23 annual catalog and the January to April 23 mini catalog will be carrying over into the new online exclusives category in the online store and available on May 2nd. So it is going to be coming up that the base plates will be on the online exclusives and not in the annual catalog. And I have the annual catalog here. I didn't have it when I was doing that. And let's look for it. And I just looked in the annual catalog, and they're not. There's only the cutting plates, the mini cutting plates. The specialty plate works on the 3D embossing folders, and it will work on your Sizzix Big Shop, by the way. So if you've got a 3D embossing folder and have a Sizzix, go to page 153 in the new catalog, and there's a specialty plate. That's your 3D embossing folder plate. So that's what, so they'll be here. So they're going to be things that they're going to put on here that they're not necessarily going to maybe give you a warning. I don't know. That's what I've been kind of told in that little Facebook video that they said that things will just appear. So you got to keep an eye on it and make sure you don't miss anything. And talking about catalogs, the next mini catalog that's coming up is September to December 2023. Now, and the pre-order is August 2nd for us demonstrators. And so that's great. So September 5th to January 3rd, 2024 is the next mini catalog. And you know what's weird is that when I was looking, I was getting all this information, I didn't see Celebration. So maybe they just haven't decided that. I don't know, but I didn't see it anywhere. So that was kind of weird. So online exclusives, go on the Stampin' Up regular site. Don't, if you're a demonstrator, don't log in. And it's under new arrivals, and these are the online exclusives now. And then you're going to have to go back into your demonstrator site here and place the order after you write down all the part numbers. It's kind of weird, but that's what we kind of came in conclusion of, is that's the way you find it. So I do want to talk about Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is under Happening Now, and then you scroll down, here's the Paper Pumpkin kit. Now this one, if you haven't already ordered it, I think it's, yeah, you can't get it now. I don't think once it's retired, it's retired. But this one is like the stained glass window, and there's a free box organizer, and it's really cool. And what it is, and I found it this morning. I don't know if I'll find it again. Oh yeah, it's right here. It is a little organizer for your Stampin' spots. So look at that. So it just makes it a little cardboard organizer. Now I happen to use these little boxes here, and I think they're great. I keep them, you know, I got this at the you-know-what store, and it's a particular one. It's a Simply Tidy, and it's the 32 compartment one. So it's at that, M store. But that's what I do. But they're going to give you a free one in the Paper Pumpkin. So that's kind of cool. I believe you can't get this anymore because once they are past their date to order it, which is always a month prior, then you can't really get it. And once you have a subscription for Paper Pumpkin, they will send you an email every month. And you want to keep that because there's a little URL code that you click on, and it will give you the insert, and you can put those insert in the boxes, and these boxes are in the catalog as well, and you can put all your Paper Pumpkin stuff in here. So here's my Paper Pumpkin from last month. So I printed out the cover and put it in this box, and I actually sell these on my joyacards.com site. You go joyacards.com, then you go shop, and it'll either say shop Stampin' Up, that's all the new stuff, and shop Joy of Cards is all my retired. So you click shop Joy of Cards, and I'll just show you. So here's my joyacards.com, and there's a shop, and there's shop Stampin' Up, shop Joy of Cards, and then there's I only have 2 card kits up there. All my cards are up there as I go on. I put them up. So here are my cards right here. All my cards are $4. So here's that. Here's that one card. Anyway, and then if you go to retired products, that will be everything that I'm selling. So all my previous Paper Pumpkins, all my retired stamps, everything's here. Now I'm getting kind of, sketchy about getting rid of stuff now because they're bringing things back. But all my retireds are there. And I haven't put this one up yet. I'm going to put this up in the next day or so too. But all the used Paper Pumpkins, so you get the stamp and whatever I've haven't used out of the kit, and their 3 cards for them. But so that's Paper Pumpkin. Now finally, let me go over one last thing here, and that is ordering supply items. And you think, supply items, why do I need supply items? Well, you don't always need a supply item. Here's your catalog right here. That's where you can get that, but there are logo items here too. And there's a brand new product, and I don't think you could probably buy it for a customer, but if I don't know if a customer can buy it or not, but the part number is 160020. It's a Stampin' Up! White card holder. And I don't know, I think I might get this. It's $22 and it's just a little holder to hold up your cards. And I thought, well, I could use that when I'm doing my paper pumpkin alternatives. I can put their 3 cards up so I know what they did and I want to do the exact opposite. Or if I'm doing a bunch of cards and in a big video or something and I just want to keep them out. But that's a new one. That's brand new. So, but there are other things like, oh, the little polka dot trash cans there. And you scroll down and scroll down. And I know, here's the bag. I have that. There's all kinds of stuff here. There's also the tumblers. Boy, I had to cut the video to find it. So they have the thermal tumblers. I don't have mine out right now. But if you go to Happening Now, current promotions, and that's a lot of information, and you go to branded merchandise. So this is for a demonstrator. But I'm sure if you want something like this, a demonstrator can get you one. Like if you place an order with me, on my joyacards.com, you go to Stampin' Up, or joyacards.stampinup.net. If you place an order and you want one of these branded items, I will get you one and mail it to you. So they have like sweatshirts here. Here's the tumblers. They have coffee cups, all kinds of stuff here for branded merchandise. It's kind of nice. I have this one here. I showed it in one of my videos, the purple tumbler. That one's cool. So that's cool. Anyway, I promised the last thing, go to Happening Now, current promotion, go to online exclusives. Like I said, you have to go in like you're not, don't sign in if you want to see what the list is. I don't know why they don't have it here, but there's an inventory status report. And that's where you find back ordered, retiring, discontinued, not orderable, all that stuff's right here. So, but that will do it for me. Boy, that was enough, wasn't it? So please write any comments you can if I had something wrong or if you had something to add or, anything like that. If you want to subscribe, I do these videos once a month on what's up with Stampin' Up! Because there's just a lot of information and there are a lot of orphan Stampin' Up! Demonstrators out there. If you want to join my group, I can tell you how to do that. And then you're like really super connected to a lot of people and you do the online meetings. We have technical support for anybody who wants to do social media, stuff like that. It's truly amazing what I've got going. But anyway, that will do it for me. Finally, thanks. Bye.